Welcome to One India News Hour. Digital transformation versus misinformation. Digital transformation is imperative for all businesses from the small business to the enterprise. Digital transformation will look different for every individual and the company. It can be hard to pinpoint a definition that applies to all. However, in general terms, we define digital transformation as the integration of digital technology into all areas of a business, resulting in fundamental changes to how businesses operate and how they deliver value to customers. Misinformation is referred to as the false information, which has become a feature of social media. We have seen how social media is trying to position as the fertile breeding ground for fake news. It is true that the falsehoods are 70% more likely to be retweeted than the truth. It is like the difference between trustworthy and untrustworthy news on public forums has become a frequently discussed and occasionally volatile topic over the last few years. Social media platforms make money by selling user data to advertising companies, which is why you will often see ads tailored to your interests or search history. We can say social media is a double-edged sword. Facebook, Google and Twitter will testify before Congress at a hearing on digital misinformation. As the core database is with the tech giants, they can utilize the technology for sharing misinformation with the help of their digital platforms and earn an unaccounted amount. Congress could smell this idea and information of the technology giants. The House Committee on Energy and Commerce will hold a hearing on March 25th that will focus on misinformation and disinformation. So let's look into today's headlines in Var India. Satya Nadella backs for global regulation on privacy. In a virtual interactive session with Telangana IT and Industries Minister K.T. Ramarao in BioAsia 2021, Satya Nadella said the COVID-19 pandemic across the globe accelerated digital transformation and is expecting for a global regulation on safety and privacy of data that would make sure that tech products and services are safe to use. He further said he is looking forward to a world where we have food safety laws, we have drug safety laws, there will be similar rules and regulations on data. Hopefully, there is a global norm around, he said, replying to a query on whether the security and privacy concerns can be regulated. Chinese spyware code was copied from America's NSA. Chinese spies used code first developed by the US National Security Agency to support their hacking operations, and Israeli researchers said, speaking on how the malicious software developed by governments can boomerang against their creators. Checkpoint Software Technologies issued a report noting that some features in a piece of China-linked malware it dubs Jian were so similar that they could only have been stolen from some of the National Security Agency breaking tools leaked to the internet in 2017. Surface Pro 7 Plus from Microsoft is available at Rs 83,999. Microsoft unveiled its Surface Pro 7 Plus detachable tablet computer with a starting price at Rs 83,999. Surface Pro 7 Plus is purpose-built with the needs of this business and education customers in mind. This next generation of Surface Pro stays true to its ethos, that is delivering on-top customers that is requested updates while maintaining the same iconic design so customers can continue to leverage their existing investments. Rajiv Sodhi, Chief Operating Officer Microsoft India, said in a statement, "We are pleased to share the next step in our journey to support our business and education customers with the introduction of Surface Pro 7 Plus for business and Surface Hub 2S85H. Michael Dell eyes for $575 million IPO by forming Blank Check SPAC. Special Purpose Acquisition Company, that is SPAC, a listed pot of capital that seeks a firm to take public through a merger. Dell Technologies Chairman and CEO Michael Dell is seeking to raise upward of $575 million for his newly formed Blank Check Acquisition Company through an initial public offering. Blank check firms appeal to everyone from sophisticated financiers to sportsmen. Michael Dell is currently ranked number 18 on Forbes' list of the richest people in the world with a net worth of Rs $43.3 billion. Chargebee guns for unicorn status with $1.4 billion valuation. Chargebee, who is into the space of enterprise software, is raising about $150 million at a valuation of $1.4 billion, giving it the coveted unicorn tag at a time when Indian software as a service, that is SaaS, is seeing more aggression from investors than ever before. Chargebee helps businesses mainly in the US and Europe manage subscription, including billing, invoicing, taxes and payment methods. It provides analytics as well. The investment to be done with existing backers, Tiger Global Management, Steadview Capital and Insight Partners doubling down on their bets. Fisdom, focused on investment and wealth management, has acquired Tax2Win. Bengaluru-based Fisdom focused into investment and wealth management to enter into the newer segment into the tax solutions segment by acquiring Tax2Win was co-founded by CEO Abhishek Soni. The company helps plan and file income tax returns, including for individuals and small businesses. The two companies did not disclose the financial details of the transaction. Tax2Win will continue to operate as an independent firm. Ribbon Communications expects a big fight from Bharti Airtel and Vodafone Idea. Ribbon Communications, the company engaged in the communications software and optical networking solutions, said that Airtel had selected its Neptune platform to enhance its mobile backhaul transport capabilities. Ribbon Communications hopes to cash in on Airtel's shift to 5G and Vodafone Idea moving away from Huawei products. Chennai records over 8 million malware threats in 2020. There are over 80,000 malware threats every hour, while a total of 1.91 million ransomware were detected and blocked as per the report from QuickHeal. It has tricked users into opening infected files and links through fake COVID-19 information and fake Arogya Setu app. QuickHeal revealed that threat actors targeted users by offering them free data, subscriptions to OTT platforms, fake COVID-19 vaccines and job offers. Although consumers are increasingly adopting digital tools, what they might be lacking is knowledge of safe cyber hygiene practices along with awareness around the evolving threat landscapes and how they can tackle malware attacks, QuickHeal said. UP man learns cloning fingerprints with glue gun, hacks 500 accounts. A 26-year-old graduate from Uttar Pradesh has been arrested after he learned cloning fingerprints online using a glue gun and adhesive and hacked 500 bank accounts of the beneficiaries of various government schemes. It takes just ₹5 to clone a fingerprint, the 26-year-old accused Gaurav said. Shahjahanpur police unearthed the racket being run from Jalalabad area of the district. Narendra Agrawal appointed as the global CIO of Dabur India. Dabur India has appointed Narendra Agrawal as the global CIO. Prior to this assignment, he has served as the IT head, nutrition and sales in HUL. Agrawal has 13 years of industry experience in technology transformation and leadership, and in his previous role, he has worked with companies including Capgemini and Amdocs. He is backed by an MBA from IIM Indore and Bachelor's in Engineering from Mumbai University. Summing up, developments in the last few years have placed journalism under fire. A range of factors are transforming the communications landscape, raising questions about the quality, impact and credibility of journalism. At the same time, orchestrated campaigns are spreading untruth or disinformation, malinformation and misinformation that are often unwittingly shared on social media. Another issue is very critical as the Australian government tabled world-first media legislation in Parliament that will force Google and Facebook to negotiate a fair payment with the news organizations for using their content in Facebook's newsfeed and Google's search. However, a report says Facebook is paying the mainstream UK news outlets millions of pounds a year to license their articles as the social network faces the threat of a government crackdown over its dominance of online advertising. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison said he has discussed the situation with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Canada's Justin Trudeau for support in his fight against Facebook over a proposed law that aims to make the social media giant pay for sharing content from media organizations. There is the disappearance of the gatekeeper. A decade or two ago, traditional news organizations played a key gatekeeping role in determining what was true and not true. Now, with the proliferation of the social and digital media and with traditional news organizations under financial distress, there is a sea change occurring in the way that information flows through society, and in some places, they also rule the society. That's it for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.